Hello everybody, this is Svenshinhan, welcoming you back to more Seiken Densetsu 3. In the last episode, we got here to the snow city of Elrond after talking to the King of Forsena. And basically what we have to do is we have to save the other elemental spirits, and I don't know why I'm walking around randomly, because I know exactly where I need to go. So, in the snow city here, there's not much to do. So we're gonna head south into the Sub-Zero snowfield. And, as you can see, my characters are level 17 now. That's because off-screen I did a little bit of grinding. And because all of the enemies are level 17 here. But more importantly, let's open that chest with Hawk, an item seed. That might actually come in useful at some point. But I leveled up to 17 with all of my characters because there is a mana stone kind of at the end of this segment, and I want to use that opportunity to go ahead and do my class changes. Because you don't technically have to do it now, you can do it anytime you're level 18 or above at any mana stone in the game. But really, the mana stone that we're coming up to will be the last in a while, so... Well, not technically the last in a while, but it's the most convenient one to do the class changing. And the enemies will get progressively tougher, and even at level 17, we're level appropriate, but they hit kind of hard. As you can see, Kevin's HP is almost halfway down, or more than halfway down. And so, yeah, I want to do the class changing because that makes us more powerful. And it's the right time for it. It's the right time. Anyway, the Sub-Zero snowfields can seem like a little bit of a maze. But technically, all you have to do is you have to go south and west. Mostly west. There's like one or two screens where you have to go north or east. I'm not entirely sure which those are, but it's quite hard to miss. So I think you can go south here, but I think we need to go west first. Actually, let us heal up with Durin. Oh, I've been using some Poto oils. Remind me to stock up on those after we get to the golden statue. There are golden... Oh, crap, that was a trap. Great! I'm already getting lost after saying that I know that this place is not that difficult. Anyway, today I have a story that I want to share with you. It's kind of like a story from my childhood. I think it's appropriate for this. It hasn't got anything to do with the game itself, but it's just one of those things I think is funny, and I just wanted to share it with you. So, the kingdom in these snowfields that we're trying to invade Forsena earlier, that's the magical kingdom of Altena, where one of the main characters, Angela, is from. I'm just going to skip this screen here. Don't need to fight everything. And the kingdom is called Altena, which is kind of like the magic-based kingdom, I guess. Now, what's funny is that when I was in high school, one of my teachers, it was actually my teacher for Dutch, and as some of you might know, I'm from the Netherlands, so my native language is Dutch. And our teacher for that class was, I've had him for several years, and he was always this very eccentric, funny old man with a lot of stories to share, and I got lost. Again, wonderful, just fucking wonderful. Oh wait, I think we're actually supposed to get lost here. This is right. Anyway, it's hard to stay on track when I'm constantly fighting all these enemies. But yeah, our teacher, his name was Altena, actually, and he was a very eccentric old man. Like, one of the stories that I remember best is from my very first year of high school. I think I was 12 years old at the time, and it wasn't my first day in school, but it was like the first week. And our very first assignment was to write a story. And not just any story, no. Okay, this is a silver statue. Let's just save here, why not? And one of the very first assignments that we got was to write a story. I haven't saved in a while, damn. And the story that he told us to write was basically a continuation of something stupid that he did as a teacher. So, one time, he told us at least, he had this little carton of strawberries. He always told us that he liked to eat strawberries, and sometimes he'd get them before work, and he'd actually stash them in his locker at school to eat during his lunch breaks or whatever. And one day, or actually the day before the summer vacation, so kind of like the day before I started high school, he told us that he'd left all of the strawberries in his locker for the entire summer vacation. So that's a solid 2 months of them sitting there in a musty old locker. I'm sorry that I have to heal so much, it's just the way of things here. And so he took those strawberries out, and they were like completely green and rotted and shit. And he showed he passed them around the entire classroom and showed them to us. And so for our Dutch class, our very first assignment was essentially to write a story. And to be more specific, to continue the story that he told us. We had to imagine being one of those strawberries in that box, stuck there for the duration of the entire summer vacation. And we could only use a single sheet of paper for that, so at max it could be a single page in length. So there was like 20 of us, and all of us had to write that story. Essentially the same story about those strawberries being stuck in that locker for the entire summer. And the stories that came out of it, they were just weird. I remember writing it and going about it like, okay, how would I feel as a strawberry? So I wrote it like this post-apocalyptic thing where I was stuck with all of my friends in some dungeon, and one after the other started growing old and sick and dying, and just the amount of stories that came out of that was hilarious, and everyone had to actually read their own story out to the rest of the class. And I don't think I've ever laughed so hard in school in my life. So yeah, that's just, ooh, a poto oil. That's actually kind of nice. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you because I thought it was appropriate. Ah, no, trapped again. So I just thought I wanted to share that with you. I don't know why the name Altena reminded me of my old teacher. I haven't seen him in years. I mean, the last time I saw him was probably, well over 10 years ago. An exit opened up. Yeah, thanks. I hadn't noticed. But it's funny how stories from those old days can rekindle all these old memories, like from high school and stuff. I mean, I never thought I'd... Oh, crap, Kevin's almost dead. I never thought I'd actually be remembering them actively like that. So yeah, I hope that story held you through the Sub-Zero snowfields, because this area in particular is kind of long and boring, and I don't like it that much. But we're almost through it, so I think we're supposed to go south in a little bit, and then pretty soon after we'll... Oh crap, Durin is dead. Everyone is dying here. It's like the post-apocalyptic story I told about the strawberries. Anyway, the reason I'm using the Pakun chocolate is because my HP has gone up to the point where the round drops aren't all that useful anymore, and I'll be phasing them out. Like when I just have little damage, I will be using them. I can't reach those. Okay, I think we're supposed to go south here. I'm not entirely sure, because if we go north, I think we'll end up at the entrance to the Kingdom of Altena, which we can't enter. There's nothing to do for us there, so... I think, not another trap. There's so many traps here. This is what annoys me about the Sub-Zero snowfields. This is like one of the few areas in the game that I really, really don't like. You know, there's no healing points in between, there's only one golden statue, it's miles out in the middle of nowhere, and the enemies just hit like trucks. And not to mention, aside from that, there's also a pretty difficult boss battle coming up, so that's all to make things worse. Now we're finally almost at the end. Enemies are level 18 now, and all this magic, my god, stop it! I should be alright though, I'm well prepared, stocked with healing items. It's just these stupid wizards that deal so much damage. I should heal my party, but I know there's a golden statue coming up. I think it's here, to the east. Yes! Thank you! I needed this. Oh my god, did I need this. Okay, now, just before I move on, I want to check everyone's experience real quick. Okay, so only a few hundred per character. Because very soon, there is a boss battle coming up. In fact, it's almost immediately after this. Let's kill this Sahagin, whatever it is. Now, the reason I went through this during the day was because the enemies at night are extremely powerful, and I did not want to risk it. Hey, him! That Black Knight we've seen before. Give up. We're already well on our way to entering the Holy Land, and the Sword of Mana will be a sacrifice to our great leader, the Dragon Emperor. Who? The Dragon Emperor? My father died to defeat the Dragon Emperor years ago! What? Wait a minute. Are you Durin? How do you know my name? Who the hell are you? He's like, huh. Well, that's nice. And now, machine golems, 3 of them. You might remember them from the last time we fought them in the Cleft of the Earth. So let's get the show on the road. Again, they will start off immediately by shooting stuff at you. You want to focus your attention on one of them. Now, I'm going to focus down this one with Hawk. It seems like Duran doesn't want to work with us. So instead, I'm going to have him heal all of us periodically, because apparently he doesn't want to fight. There's the lovely fusion music here, but I want to kill one of them as soon as possible, because these guys are tough. They can really, really wreck you. It's almost nighttime, so I should be almost turning into a werewolf now. One of them's still not dead. I think it's this one, I'm not entirely sure. Thunderstorm. Oh crap, that hurts. Does it only hurt Hawk, or does it hurt everyone? Let's heal. That hurt more than one. Let's see, how am I doing on health? I think I should still be in the green. Okay, let's focus them now. Come on. Oh, one of them is dead. Okay, cool. Now, this will go a little more smoothly. I don't trust Kevin's health, so Popcorn Chocolate. Now, this will be probably the last really difficult boss battle in a while, because after this, we will soon be class changing. And come on, guys, focus my target. I set your AI to help me. I'm so egocentric, I know, but I need you guys to work together with me. And Hawk is almost dead. Let's actually use a round drop on him. Gonna kind of use those up. We won't have much use for them soon. Come on, I need one more to die. And I think Kevin's suffering from some kind of attack glitch because he's hitting like a wet noodle. If the Dragon Emperor is alive, then my father died for nothing! I don't believe this! The Mana Stone should be nearby. I feel spirit here too. Let's hurry! And we do get a level up. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you do here, I'll just increase luck. Who cares? I actually timed that pretty well. It seems like my other characters need a little bit more experience, because the Mana Stone is right in that cave. How much experience exactly do we need? Because this is why I went all the way to level 17. Okay, that's literally one screen of enemies. I'll just do that real quick. Then we can class change everyone. That's why I went to level 17, because I knew it would put us roughly at class changing range. So I'm just gonna kill this wizard, the Sahagan, and they're healing come on. Enemies that heal each other are the worst. And it's finally nighttime, thanks. It's kind of late, but yeah, let's increase Duran's strength, why not? All of our stats will increase anyway, so let's kill this guy. And this should level up Kevin. Good. Yeah, we'll go with Spirit. It doesn't matter. As soon as we level up, all of our stats will be raised anyway, so... let's grab this chest, why not? Pui grass. I'm not sure exactly what is ahead, so I am gonna, just to be on the safe side, heal at this golden statue. And now, we're gonna head out to this cave that we saw just a second ago, and in there we will find a Mana Stone, allowing us to class change. Now this is gonna be quite a momentous occasion. Labyrinth of Ice Walls. Here we have the Mana Stone. Now, let's just talk to it, because we need to talk to it to get Undini. I think. The Mana Stone's energy is being released. You know, Fairy, maybe we are going about this the wrong way. Clearly they're draining these Mana Stones faster than we can get to them. But we're all after the same thing, right? The Sword of Mana. We could just let them unseal the gate and then jump into the Holy Land ahead of them. That won't work. They're releasing the energy too quickly. And that's causing a chaotic imbalance. The Mana Tree is about to die. The gate may open, but at this rate, there won't be a Holy Land left behind it. We can't let Altena continue with this evil agenda. We have to find the spirits. Okay, we get it. Okay, sorry I brought it up. Once again, I'm way ahead of Hawk. Don't worry, we're almost there. Let's do our best to finish. And who the hell is that? Sniffle sob sob. Undini! What's wrong? Are you ill? No, that was a beautiful story. I was moved to tears. I'm not gonna actually do the sobbing. But hey, just because I cry a lot doesn't mean I'm weak. I can still help you. Obtain the power of Undini. Cool. So having her technically allows us to learn water spells. Now, it's time for the class changing to start. Before we go, I want to show this off. So have a look at everyone's stats. Right, just a quick glance. You don't have to take in everything here. But everyone's stats, you know, they have 1 or 2 stats that are high because I've been pumping them. All of the other stats are low. Now, I'll go talk to this Mana Stone with Kevin. Now that we're level 18, we can do the class changing. Let's do it. Try the class change now. Close your eyes and concentrate. Yeah, we did this before, but then it didn't work. So, let's do this again. Concentrate harder. An entire earthquake shakes the screen. Here we go. Choose your new class wisely. You won't be able to change back. So Kevin will basically get the choice between a monk and a Bashkar. Monk will allow him to get healing skills. Bashkar just increases his attack power. I am going to go with Bashkar because I want the classes that come after that for the end. It's technically easier probably to go with monk. Overall, monk is better than Bashkar, but I like the final classes after Bashkar better than the final classes that you get after monk, so I kind of have to tough it out. But this form does have insane attack power, so... And as you can see, it actually changed his color, so he actually looks different now. This will happen with everyone. Next up, let's go for Duran. Let's do it. Try the class change now. Close your eyes and concentrate. Yeah, we've done this before. Now we're going to take turns changing everyone. Now for Kevin, you also get the choice between light and dark, essentially, which means knight or gladiator. Gladiator gets some interesting skills, but I'm going to go with knight because I don't have a healer in my party, and at least the knight gets a healing skill, and I want at least 1 healing skill. Aside from that, I've never actually gone with the knight route before, so I'm kind of interested to find how these skills are working, so... Let's see, what color... Okay, he looks different. I don't like the color of his armor, but his hair is alright, I guess. Now this will allow Duran to actually equip shields relatively soon. And they'll increase his defensive power. Lastly, but not least, let's do Hawk. Let's do it. Try the class change now. Now, for Hawk, you also get a choice between light and dark, as with every other character. And the game will allow you to choose between a ranger or a ninja. Now, the ranger is good, and it has its place. But for the purposes of this Let's Play, I'm going to go with the ninja, because in that form, Hawk will learn some elemental skills that will be really powerful when we're facing the bosses. And since I don't have a healer, it might actually be almost compulsory. I mean, almost any party setup works if you're just going through the game, doing the story and stuff, not worrying too much about min-maxing, but this is generally, for what I'm doing now, it's probably the best thing to do. So, Hawk transformed from a thief into a ninja. Now, everyone is differently colored, everyone looks awesome now, and let's check our stats, and this is what I meant to show you. Look at everyone's stats. These are basically the max stats of their previous class. So, the reason that you want to do this at level 18 and not any later is because no matter what level you are, your stats will always go to these exact stats. So even if you class change at level 25, these are the stats you'll get. So in the end, you'll have fewer levels to actually max out the stats in the end. So that's why I recommend doing the class change as early as possible, meaning level 18. Then you lose out on the least. Now, they won't immediately get skills, but as soon as they level, they'll start learning more skills. Basically, there's nothing here that you can do now. All that you can really do is return to the Snow City of Elrond, and yeah, that's basically it. You have to return to the Snow City of Elrond. From there, you have to go to Forsena, and after that, you basically go to another elemental spirit. So when next I see you, I will actually meet you back in the Snow City. I'm gonna just take my time trekking back. Until then, thanks everybody very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.